In the year 2189, the fringes of human expansion had pushed us into the Orion Arm, where stars burned fiercely and alliances were as fragile as comet tails. I was Jax Harlan, a freelance mercenary pilot scraping by on the outer colonies. My ship, the Stellar Ghost, was a patched-up relic from the corporate wars, fast, armed to the teeth, but always one malfunction away from scrap. I'd fought in skirmishes for whoever paid, mining guilds against pirate raiders, colonial uprisings against EarthGov enforcers. Life was simple: take the job, survive the fight, collect the credits. That changed on the dust-choked world of Xerion 7, a backwater planet rich in iridium veins but plagued by territorial disputes. Xerion 7 orbited a binary star system, its days a blistering inferno and nights a freezing void. The atmosphere was thin, laced with toxic particulates that turned the sky a perpetual ochre haze. I was there on a routine escort mission, protect a convoy of mining drones from the local warlords who claimed the planet as their fiefdom. The pay was decent, enough to refuel and maybe upgrade my plasma cannons. We landed at Outpost Delta, a ramshackle cluster of prefab habitats ringed by razor-wire fences and automated turrets. The convoy leader, a grizzled engineer named Reyes, briefed me over stale synth coffee. "The warlords are getting bold," he grumbled. "They've got alien mercs now, some insectoid bastards from the Zeta Hive. Hit hard, hit fast." I nodded, checking my gear, a reinforced exosuit with kinetic shielding, a pulse rifle slung over my shoulder, and my trusty sidearm. The Stellar Ghost hovered in low orbit, ready for aerial support. As the drones trundled out into the Badlands, I followed on a hoverbike, scanning the horizon for threats. The attack came at dusk, when the twin suns dipped below the jagged mesas, casting long shadows that hid ambushes perfectly. Energy bolts lanced from the ridges, vaporizing the lead drone in a shower of sparks. "Contact!" I yelled into my comm, throttling the bike toward cover. Reyes's voice crackled back: multiple hostiles, Zeta drones and something else. Humanoids, armored. I crested a dune and saw the chaos. Warlord ground troops, ragtag humans in scavenged armor, supported by Zeta Hive warriors, chitinous behemoths with mandibles that could shear steel. But amid them, a new element: sleek figures in iridescent suits, wielding weapons that bent light itself. Aliens I'd never seen before. The convoy scattered, drones firing defensive salvos. I dove into the fray, my pulse rifle barking plasma rounds that felled a Zeta drone in a spray of ichor. That's when I spotted her, a lone figure pinned down behind a boulder, fending off 3 warlord grunts. She was humanoid, taller than most humans, with skin like polished obsidian and hair that flowed like liquid silver. Her armor was damaged, venting sparks, but she moved with lethal grace, her energy blade slicing through one attacker's rifle. She wasn't part of the convoy. An interloper. But the warlords were targeting her specifically, shouting in guttural tongues about the intruder. Without thinking, I revved the bike and charged, unleashing a barrage that dropped 2 of them. The third turned on me, but she finished him with a precise shot from her pistol. Our eyes met through the dust, hers were golden, glowing with an inner fire. "Human," she said, her voice a resonant timbre that cut through the battle din your aid is unexpected. "No time for chit-chat," I replied, pulling her onto the bike. "Let's get out of here." We sped across the terrain, pursued by Zeta reinforcements. Their skimmers, hovering discs armed with acid spitters, gained on us. I called in the Ghost for a strafing run, its cannons carving furrows in the sand. But a lucky hit clipped our bike, sending us tumbling into a ravine. We hit the ground hard, my exosuit absorbing the impact. She was up first, hauling me to my feet. "I am indebted," she said, scanning the ridge. "But the fight is not over." "Who are you?" I demanded, reloading. "And why are they after you?" "Explanations later. Survival now." The middle of the battle erupted like a supernova. Warlord forces poured into the ravine, grunts with chain guns, Zeta warriors chittering battle cries, and those mysterious humanoids directing from afar. She and I fought back to back, a makeshift duo against overwhelming odds. Her combat style was mesmerizing, fluid, predictive, as if she anticipated every move. Her energy blade hummed with plasma edges, parrying bullets and claws alike. I covered her flanks, my rifle's overcharge mode melting armor. "You're no ordinary fighter," I shouted over the roar. "Nor are you," she countered, hurling a grenade that erupted in a gravity well, crushing a Zeta into pulp. As we pushed forward, reclaiming the high ground, I pieced together clues. Her armor bore insignia I'd glimpsed in black market holovids, swirling vortices symbolizing the Vortari Empire, a reclusive alien civilization from the galactic core. Rumors spoke of their advanced tech, quantum drives, neural enhancers, but they'd been isolationist for centuries. "Why are you here?" I pressed during a lull, as we hunkered behind a drone wreck. She hesitated, her golden eyes flickering. "I seek an artifact. The warlords stole it from my people. It holds the key to our survival." Before I could probe further, a massive Zeta Queen drone crested the ridge, a towering abomination with segmented limbs and venomous stingers. It screeched, unleashing a swarm of minions. Reyes's convoy was faltering, half the drones destroyed, survivors retreating. "We take it down," she declared, charging forward. I followed, adrenaline surging. The Queen drone lashed out, its tail whipping like a scorpion's. I dodged, firing into its underbelly, exposing chitin cracks. She leaped onto its back, her blade sinking into neural clusters. The beast bucked, throwing her off, but I caught her midair with my suit's grapnel. Together, we exploited the weakness, I distracted with suppressive fire while she planted charges. The explosion ripped the Queen drone apart, scattering its swarm in disarray. The warlords broke, fleeing into the wastes. Reyes's voice crackled. "Harlan, you crazy bastard, you saved our asses. Convoy secure." But victory was short-lived. As dust settled, she clutched her side, armor breached. Green ichor, her blood, seeped through. "The artifact," she murmured. "In their camp." We infiltrated the warlord base under cover of night, a fortified crater with sentry towers and slave pens. Stealth was key, my suit's cloaking field masked us. Inside, we found the artifact, a crystalline orb pulsing with inner light, guarded by the humanoid aliens. They were Vortari too, I realized, traitors. A firefight ensued in close quarters. She fought with fury, her injuries slowing her but not stopping. I provided cover, hacking terminals to disable alarms. We seized the orb, but reinforcements swarmed. In the escape, she was hit again, collapsing in my arms. "Leave me," she gasped. "Not a chance," I growled, carrying her to the ghost. We blasted off Zerion 7, warping to a neutral station for repairs. Aboard, as I tended her wounds with med gel, she revealed fragments. "The orb is the heart of Vortara, our empire's life force. Without it, our worlds wither. Why steal it?" I asked, intrigued. "Internal betrayal. Factions seek to overthrow the throne. Days blurred in hyperspace." She recovered swiftly, her physiology enhanced. We bonded over shared stories, my orphaned youth on colony slums, her life in opulent palaces. Her name was Ilara, she said, a scout, nothing more. But doubts nagged. Her knowledge was vast, stellar navigation, ancient lore. And the way she commanded, even in pain. We reached Vortara Prime, a jewel world of floating cities and aurora skies. Docking at a hidden port, she led me through labyrinthine spires to a secret chamber. There, activating the orb, it projected holograms, maps of crumbling defenses, reports of civil war. The traitors used the warlords as proxies, Ilara explained. Now, they march on the capital. I volunteered to help, credits be damned. This was bigger than a job. We rallied loyalists, Vortari warriors in gleaming armor, ships like living organisms. The climax came at the Battle of the Nebula Veil, a swirling gas cloud hiding the throne world. Traitor fleets ambushed, their vessels cloaked in distortion fields. Ilara piloted a fighter beside mine, our sync flawless. Laser fire crisscrossed the void, explosions bloomed like flowers. I weaved through debris, targeting command ships. Ilara's voice over comms, for Vortara, a traitor dreadnought loomed, its cannons pounding our lines. We boarded it, fighting corridor by corridor. Guards fell to our combined assault, my brute force, her elegant precision. In the bridge, the traitor leader, a Vortari noble with scarred features, sneered. Ilara, you fool. The queen is weak, I will forge a new empire. Queen. I froze, glancing at her. She straightened, authority radiating. I am the queen, Varrock. And your treason ends here. The revelation hit like a warp shock. Ilara, no, Queen Ilara Vortari had been incognito, retrieving the heart herself to avoid escalating the war. Varrock lunged, but she disarmed him effortlessly. You helped an alien woman in battle, she said to me, golden eyes softening. And saved a queen. We subdued the traitors, the heart restoring Vortara's shields. The empire stabilized, peace negotiations beginning. In the ending, as I prepared to leave, Ilara, Queen Ilara, held a ceremony. Jax Harlan, you are honored as a guardian of Vortara. Stay, if you wish. I considered, a life beyond Merkwork, by her side. But the stars called. Maybe someday, I replied. For now, the galaxy needs freelancers like me. She smiled, pressing a medallion into my hand, a Vortari beacon. Then know you have allies. As the stellar ghost departed, Zirian 7's dust a distant memory, I reflected, from a simple escort to aiding a queen. The universe was vast, full of surprises, and I just scratched the surface.